Every single year, there's one collection made by the U.S. Mint that is just for collectors, the iconic U.S. Mint proof set. While the Mint has been striking those sets for almost 90 years, it was not until 1968 that production would transition to the San Francisco Mint. We have put together a collection of the first decade of proof sets struck by the old Granite Lady, with all 11 sets still in their original government packaging. It is item number 9051557. It's 9051557. And this 11 set collection is just $149.95, a price that has us the envy of our competition, more than 50% off their price of well over $355 for the same 11 sets. At just $149.95, we are less than $10 a set. Now, let's talk about the U.S. Mint proof set. While many are aware that the U.S. Mint strikes these sets every single year, many collectors aren't aware that those sets actually started back before World War II. However, they were started in 1936 but had to stop in 1942 for World War II due to mint production issues, obviously with the war effort going on. And then we would see them reintroduced in 1950. And since 1950, these sets have been the best way for collectors to get themselves a high quality version of every single coin struck for circulation by the United States Mint.
Now you'll notice the packaging changed, and it did over the years. From 1968 through 1972 it was in the blue box, and then 1970 3 forward it was in that black box because it contained those Eisenhower dollars, those large Ike dollars were presented in these, and these are the only sets that contain those clad proofs. They were only made available in the proof sets. Now 1975, 1976, those are the type 1, type 2 Ike. So you'll see a difference in the lettering on the reverse, because on the obverse, they both have the dual dates. The only way to tell an Ike dollar the difference is by looking at the reverse. And of course, if it's in the set, the other coins have the same date, 1975 or 76. But this half dollar and the dollar have that dual date, but each one of those on the reverse has a bicentennial design, plus the quarter.
Yes, and those Eisenhower dollars have actually become some of the harder to find coins recently. While everyone likes to focus on the collector's silvers that were struck in the brown and blue packs, a lot of them haven't been focusing on these clad proofs from the U.S. Mint proof set that have become some of the harder to find coins. We couldn't even find any of our competitors carrying these 6 Eisenhower dollars, but last time we saw them at the end of last year, they were well over $215 for just those 6 coins in ungraded proof condition. When we found all 11 of these sets with our competition, they wanted well over $355 for this huge set. We are more than $155 less at just $149.95. To talk about how rare some of the coins in this collection are, the Kennedys by themselves would cost you almost $200. Just the Kennedy half dollars in this collection would cost you well over $50 compared to our complete OGP sets. And when it comes to getting coins certified, it's these U.S. Mint proof sets that tend to be the way that collectors get their hands on those coins for certification. As a result, a great many of these sets have been broken. So when you can find them still in the original government packaging with note toning on the coins, you have to jump and grab them when you can. And we are less than $14 a set. I misspoke earlier. Not great at math. I'm a little sleep deprived from my son. But at $149.95, we are less than $14 a set for the iconic first decade of modern issue U.S. Mint proof sets. And we call it modern issue because these sets used to actually come in either a small box, talking about the really old ones from the 1950s, or a manila envelope. These were the first years that the U.S. Mint upped their production to make sure that these coins looked as good as they do then, 20 years in the future. And each and every one of our sets have been hand selected to make sure that each of these coins are still as beautiful as the day they were struck. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933, or you can head over to our website, abccoins.com. Head up to the search bar and put 905-1557. It's 905-1557, and grab the first 11 proof sets struck by the San Francisco Mint, the old Granite Lady, with each still in their original government packaging for more than 50% less than our competitors' prices.
Right, because prior to 1968, Philadelphia produced all the proof sets, and they were silver proof sets. But not many people know that they did pull silver in 64, but the first three sets in this collection, 68, 69, and 70, have the silver Kennedys in the proof set. Just those silver Kennedys alone are going to run you about $90 just for the three coins with our competition. And that is why, probably why they charge so much for those, because they are still have a content of silver, and then they transition to clad after that. But they did change in 1968 to this modern issue packaging. They have the lens and, of course, the box on the outer wrapper. And then in 73, with the introduction of the proof Ikes in the sets, they changed to a black packaging, and 73 through 78 are contained in those black packs. And they didn't start putting certificates of authenticities until 1984. So these sets are very important to note, because we do get a lot of calls questioning that. They did not put certificates in until 1984. Prior to that, no COAs.
Yes, and it's the combination of those two coins, those secret, as they're often called by collectors, the secret 40% silver Kennedys that many people missed out on, and those Eisenhower dollars. Those 40% silver Kennedys are U.S. Mint first and last for the Kennedy half-dollar series, as well as taking into account that the Eisenhower dollar was the last jumbo dollar in the history of the U.S. Mint. That meant that these coins specifically were why these sets were broken to be certified. They wanted to get those 40% silvers in as high a grade as possible, and these proof sets is the best way to find a high-quality strike. As we referenced before, the Kennedys by themselves would be $195, and the Eisenhowers well over $215. That means that with the combination of those coins, you're looking at almost $415 for just the Eisenhower dollars and the Kennedys. We have all of those coins still in the original government packaging for just $149.95. That is hundreds of dollars less, while getting significantly more coins, with all of them still being in the original government packaging.
No matter which way you look at it, you're saving set to set, a saving of over $200 from our competition. We're at $149.95 for these 11 sets. That's under $14 per set. The website to join us online via is avccoins.com, and the item number to search in that search bar is 905-1557. We'll bring you to this bundle, which is the first decade of San Francisco proofs, plus one, so you're going to get 11 sets in all. $149.95 is that total price, once again. And it includes those silver Kennedys from 68 through 70 in those proof sets, all the big Ike dollars in these sets as well. Of course, it includes the bicentennial coinage, 75 and 76, where they celebrated our bicentennial by changing the reverse design on the quarter, the half, and the dollar. You'll see those in these sets as well. Of course, the Eisenhowers are the type 1, type 2, different lettering, raised and flat on the back of the coin. It's loaded with goodies. It's all inside this collection, and you get them all from under $14 per set.
Over $155 less than our nearest competition. And at that good of a value, these sets are going to disappear, and do so quickly. With so few of them still remaining in the original government packaging, you need to grab these while you still can. With the phone lines getting a bit backed up, it looks like it's time for us to be moving on. But if you are still on the line, do not hang up. We will get to you as soon as we can. All right, let's see what's coming up next.